Hello and welcome to my channel. Today we are making some vegan baked buñuelos and champurrado. In other words, some cinnamon sugar tortilla crisps and some Mexican hot chocolate. So buñuelos are something that my mom used to always make every year around Christmas time, and typically they are fried on the stove, but we are making a baked version today which doesn't have any extra oil added, so it's a lot healthier and the easiest Mexican hot chocolate ever because it already comes prepared in a little package and all you have to do is dissolve it in your favorite kind of plant milk. If you're ready to get into the holiday spirit with these easy vegan Mexican Christmas recipes, then stick around. Start by cutting a stack of flour tortillas into quarters. You can save some time by stacking 3 or 4 of these at a time. Next, arrange your tortilla slices onto a baking sheet. Spoon a thin layer of plant-based milk onto each slice of tortilla just to barely cover it. You don't want it to be soaked, but just enough to help the cinnamon and sugar stick on later. I'm using soy milk, but any kind of plant-based milk will work here. Now just combine a little bit of cinnamon and sugar in a small bowl and use a spoon to sprinkle it on evenly onto your tortillas that have the milk on top. I used about a 1/4 teaspoon of cinnamon and sugar per tortilla piece. Once they've all been sprinkled with the cinnamon and sugar, bake your buñuelos in a 350-degree oven for about 11 to 12 minutes until they're nice and crispy. Remove the buñuelos from the oven once they look golden brown around the edges and let them cool on the baking sheet for a few minutes before you eat them. They should be nice and crispy and they should smell like cinnamon. Now for the champurrado, I am using this package of Moctezuma hot chocolate. You can use whatever kind of brand that you like. Just look in the Hispanic food section at your local grocery store. The chocolate should look somewhat like this, like a hard disc of chocolate. So you're just gonna take a knife and kind of break it apart into smaller pieces so that they are easier to dissolve in our pan. I'm using 2 cups of soy milk for my hot chocolate, but I am just starting by pouring about 1/2 cup to a cup in the pan so that it warms up and is easier to dissolve with less milk. I actually cut my chocolate into smaller pieces still, and then of course whatever kind of leftover powder you have, throw that in there too. I am using what's called a Molinillo, which is a traditional wooden kitchen tool for making hot chocolate specifically. If you don't have one of these, you can use a whisk instead. You might just need to use a wooden spoon to break up any large chocolate pieces in the pan, but then just use a whisk to make it nice and smooth. Once you have the chocolate mostly dissolved, you can go ahead and add in the rest of your plant-based milk and use either the Molinillo or a whisk to completely incorporate it. And the cool thing about this is that you can turn it kind of sideways and make it nice and frothy. So it's just a nice traditional tool if you want to make it the old school way. But if you don't have it, no worries, it'll still be delicious. Once your hot chocolate is hot and steamy and foamy, you can go ahead and pour it into your favorite Christmas mug. Serve it with your crispy cinnamon buñuelos and enjoy. I can't wait to try this champurrado Mexican hot chocolate.
It might form a skin on the top, but all you need to do is just stir it back in. It'll dissolve. So good. Nice and warm and comforting and chocolatey and a little teeny hint of cinnamon. I've never had the Moctezuma brand before of hot chocolate, but it's pretty good. Usually we have either the Abuelita brand at our house or Ibarra, but this one's really good too. So now, this is what you do. You get one of these buñuelos, crispy buñuelos, you dip it. Sometimes I dip it till it's like soggy almost. Then you take a bite. Wow, they came out really nice and crispy, even with no oil added. Yeah, the soy milk worked really well for sort of gluing the cinnamon and sugar into the tortilla, because I tested these out without putting anything on it and the sugar just falls off. I thought maybe it would melt on, but it didn't. But with the soy milk, it works really well. And you can feel good about eating a bunch of these because there's no extra oil added. Just depends whatever kind of tortillas you have. Well, there you have it. Tastes just like how I remember buñuelos tasting when I was a kid, but these are not as greasy. And these are just a perfect little snack to have on Christmas if you have people over, or whenever you're doing any kind of Christmassy activities. If you're like decorating your house or something and you want to have like a nice sweet snack, hot chocolate with buñuelos, I think you can't go wrong. Give these treats a try. Let me know how you like them, and let me know what are your favorite Christmassy snacks and or treats that you like to have this season. Hope you have a wonderful Christmas with your loved ones, and I will see you in the next video. Bye! Champurrado. Champurrado. It's kind of a weird word. I didn't know for the longest time that that meant hot chocolate in Spanish. I thought it was like a weird kind of drink. Shows you how much I know.